These are the allegedly dilapidated school premises for Kigezi High School Butobero, a school that claims to have produced some of the top-ranking serving Ugandans in high-profile offices. To the surprise, the school now is identified to be having a tainted name. There are almost no students in the school, where it's linked to the school's declining discipline. It's against this background that the old boys of the school organized a dinner to revamp the school from where it's today.
To boost capacity and maintain staff quality at senior. To maintain the best excellence, we must remain in close contact with the Ministry of Education and Sports to allow us to review their performance to make this financial support.
The Vice President of Uganda.
This school has nurtured the likes of former Prime Minister Amama Mbabazi, Governor of Bank of Uganda Emmanuel Mutebile, Makerere University's Chancellor, Professor Mondo Kaghonyhera, Brigadier Henry Tumukunde, and the Commandant of the Land Forces David Muhoozi, among others. Mbabazi is seemed mesmerized about the status of their then school, which prompted him to attack government for failing to undertake his supervisory role, which has seen their school in poor stature. Mbabazi, who claims to also be in government, says there is need to ensure that the institutions that are supposed to supervise institutions do their roles.
To hear of deteriorating academic standards and these dilapidated buildings means that we now have a mandate to ensure that its teachers are paid well, its classrooms and dormitories meet certain building standards, its curriculum is modern, relevant, and intellectually invigorating, so that nearly 60 years from the time of its establishment, its students will continue to become the best and brightest in Uganda.
At this point, all this happened as President Museveni's representative, Vice President Edward Kiwanuka Ssekandi, was critically following each step that Mbabazi was taking. He pledged government support to ensure that institutions like Kigezi High School Butobero is supported to regain its former glory.
I'd like to urge the Ministry of Education and Sports to build on these efforts by guiding the universities and higher education institutions in the country that receive and train young people so that they can graduate with appropriate knowledge.
School with the Professor Byarugaba, we were amazed by the amount of discipline in that school. Students would go to the dining table, Your Excellency, after eating food, what was left or on their plates, they would splash all over the place. So when we learned those habits in their homes, which would be shocking, or whether they are the big wing like the airport. 60 million shillings.
The president's representative then opened the fundraising when he donated 60 million shillings, which was then followed by individual pledges and gave in. Mbabazi bought a t-shirt and a cap at 10.9 million shillings, while Museveni's portrait was bought at 20 million shillings. In total, they raised 144 million shillings, both in cash and pledges. In a related development, President Museveni's aide Milton Ocheng has challenged the youth to stop wasting time in sports betting, which he says is the reason why most youth have remained to be unemployed and poor. President Museveni's aide Ocheng made the remark during a fundraising dinner for his campaign in the forthcoming national elections at Imperial Royal in Kampala.
Go back to developmental issues, like going back to school, going to have garden. Let's have better things to do, something which can bring resources, doing what it takes to create jobs. As I talk now, I have lobbied in my friendly investors, Professor.
Ocheng, who intends to aspire for Otuke constituency, says that most youth have remained to be poor because they have personally neglected productive ventures like agriculture and instead waste time in sports betting, which ends up consuming